Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is coping with pathological liars and manipulators. Coping with pathological liars and manipulators. Before we get started, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all of the new viewers, all of the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, those of you who are new to the channel, I will answer your relationship questions. So at the end of the video, I'll show you a link where you can send in your questions, and I will either answer them privately through the email, or I will share them online with the collective, and it can be your decision. Now, those of you who are interested in these caps, they are available in my online store, and you'll find a link in the description. Now it's time for today's affirmation, and we do these affirmations to help with your spiritual growth. And here it is. I show up to all situations with love. I show up to all situations with love. Have love in your heart always, and show love in all situations and challenges that you come up against in your life. I show up to all situations with love, not with revenge, but with love. People, let this affirmation be a blessing to you today. Now it's time for movement, and we do these movements to get our blood circulating. Now today, we're going to do an arm stretch. So sit up straight, and what we're going to do is bring this arm out, back, and up and back. All right? You got it? And we're going to do it for 5 times. You ready? Let's go. Out, back, up, back. That's 1. Out, back, up, back. That's 2. Out, back, up. That's 3. Out, back, up, back. And 1 more. Out, back, up, back. Now that's 5. Let's do the other side. Let's go. Out, back, up, back. That's 1. Out, back, up, back. 2. Out, back, up, back. That's 3. Out, back, up. That's 4. Out, back, up, back. And that's 5. Shake it out now. Shake it out. People, it's very important that you just move your body just a little every day. Now let's dive into this message. Coping with pathological liars and manipulators. I did pull a video, and we have a letter. Let's watch this video, and then we're going to read the letter and talk about this issue. Here we go.
One thing about the narcissistic female is she doesn't like to be questioned. It's the same thing for the male. They could tell you all type of stories, make up stories, and once you find holes in their stories, they don't want you to ask them no questions. They want you to just accept what they say. They don't like to take no accountability for nothing that they do. That's the way you will know that you're in the presence of a narcissist. They could literally tell you something and it does not all add up, and you don't have no right to ask them. They're going to try to shame you for even asking them and make you feel like you're the bad person for asking them, you know, why isn't this adding up? You can't ask them no questions. The narcissistic female, she tell a lot of lies, and when she get caught in her lies, she acts like she's the victim. And she will have a lot of other narcissistic females that'll back her up too. And make her feel like she's the victim. Most likely she got a lot of flying monkeys that go along with her. And probably who knows what she's doing, but they won't open their mouths and tell the truth either, because they're just as narcissistic as she is.
Narcissists are pathological liars. They manipulate and rewrite history into a version that has the highest probability of being able to manipulate or exploit another person. They will always, without exception, portray themselves as the hero of the story, the victim of the story, or the martyr of the story, or some combination of all three. But never will they admit to the true role that they played, which is that of the villain. Nothing is more important to a narcissist than manipulating and controlling the narrative. And they will go to their graves claiming their made-up version of history is the God's honest truth. In fact, it's not uncommon for narcissists to attempt to swap identities with their partner, meaning they project onto you the exact things they are guilty of doing and take credit for all of the good things that you actually are responsible for in the relationship and as a parent.
They're not lying because they're ashamed of what they did or because they scared the truth might hurt your feelings. Nah, man, because they know that the truth might provoke you to make decisions that are not in their best interest.
Okay, let's read this letter. These last few years have been extremely frustrating. This is concerning my mother and her compulsive lying. We used to be close as I was growing up. I actually saw her as a hero until I got older and realized who she really was. Yeah, because when you were younger, you didn't realize that she was not truthful. And that most of everything that I believed about her wasn't true at all. I think she may be a narcissist. But if she's not, she is definitely a compulsive liar. Well, you know, narcissists are compulsive liars. They lie about everything for no reason. Well, they're evil beings. So, you know, lying goes along with it. And all my siblings are aware of this as well. We recently were talking about some of the past lies and things she would do in the neighborhood that were completely messy and unnecessary, while playing the victim and blaming everyone else. That sounds like a narcissist. A narcissist is never responsible for anything. They never take accountability for anything, ever. They never apologize. They never believe that they're wrong about anything. And narcissists, they tell so many lies until they probably start to believe their own lies. But one thing the narcissist does not like, he does not like for you to call him out in his lies. You see, the female narcissist and the male narcissist are the same. They are the same because it is the same demonic energy running both of them. The same demon has control of the female and the male. That's why they act alike. And they lie about everything. And you say here, she never takes accountability for anything. That's narcissistic. And recently, when I explained to her how it made me feel that I didn't have much of a childhood and took on most of her load because I was the oldest daughter, she had the nerve to tell me if I didn't get an apology or thank you by now, I wasn't going to get one. Well, she told you this because the narcissists do not take accountability. They don't think that they've done anything wrong. Because the demon is in control, people. You're dealing with a demon, a demonic energy. Your mother is not there. It's not there. You see, when you come to the realization that a demonic energy has taken over this person, then you can rationalize it a lot better why they are doing the things that they are doing. And many times they're doing these things to hurt you because they're narcissistic. So for you to explain to your mother all that she did that made your childhood miserable, that was really her intention. So for you to tell her that doesn't mean anything. That's the intention of the narcissist, to destroy your life, to make it miserable. Hopefully, so that you will follow the path of the narcissist and accept that demonic energy yourself. That's the intent of the narcissist. Not to love you and to make sure your childhood is happy and to protect and provide for you. That's not the narcissist. No. Now she calls me and my sisters all day, every day, just to gossip about other people and tell lies. Blatant, stupid lies for no reason. Needless to say, she doesn't have any friends and is a hoarder. I'm at the point now where I feel like I need to cut her off completely. I don't know what I should do because she's not in the best of health, but at the same time, she does have other kids. Please help. All right. Now realize it does sound like you're dealing with a narcissist. And I understand what you're going through because my father was a narcissist. I can't say that he was a compulsive liar, but I have been around narcissists who are compulsive liars. The man that I was involved with was a narcissist, and he was a compulsive liar. He would lie about a lot of things, but it took me a while to catch on that he was lying. And what he would do is lie about something and then try to turn the lie around to blame me for something in it, to make me feel bad about it, when it was all just a lie. This is how the narcissist manipulates his victims. His or her victims. Because realize, a narcissist, this evil, demonic energy works in females and males. And it can also be in children. If you have a child that is a compulsive liar, that child needs to be healed right away because that is narcissistic. And somewhere, the demon has attracted that child's attention. All right? That's demonic. People, be aware of this. You cannot change a narcissist. You can't change them, and you can't help them. The best thing that you can do is to guard yourself. And many times to do that, you have to put some distance between you and the narcissist. I know when my father was still alive, I didn't see him as often. I kind of made space. I saw him on occasion, but I didn't spend a lot of time with him because he was toxic. He was narcissistic. Every time I came around him, it was toxic. And if you are around your mother or whoever it is, and you can feel that toxicity, you have to put some space between you and them. Now, I know in the letter you talked about you really didn't want to cut your mother off completely because she's older, and in poor health. I'm going to tell you something. As your mother's health declines. And when you are not giving her that supply that she needs, and that's why she's calling you up on the phone. Think about it. That's why she's calling her siblings up on the phone. She doesn't have any friends to get supply from, but she's getting it from you. You and your siblings, everybody that she's coming in contact with, that's why she's calling you every day, because she needs supply, your energy. Your energy in any way, shape, or form, whether it's angry energy, happy energy, or just listening energy. She needs that energy to survive. And when that energy is cut off, you will see that narcissist leave your mother. You will see that demon leave her, and what would be left? Just a shell. She won't even be talking anymore. She'll just be there. And then you all, I'll just see her. And there will be no activity anymore. No talking, no thinking. Just the shell will be left when that demonic energy leaves. And with her being older and in poor health, I'm telling you, she's trying to survive on your energy. And that's why she's calling you every day. If nobody else is around there to supply that energy, she's latching on to wherever she can get that supply from. That's the demon. He has to have the energy to survive. And when that energy can no longer get supplied by using your mom's body, we'll say that. When that demon cannot get supply again to live in your mom's body, that demon will leave your mom's body. But what's left? A shell. Your mom is long gone. It's the shell, because the demon has taken over her spirit and gone on with it, looking for another vessel to use and abuse. People, you need to understand this. You need to understand this. The same thing happened with my dad. When he got old, as a matter of fact, my dad ended up living with me his last days. And when he first moved in here, he was narcissistic. He was still talking and doing his thing. But as he got older and in my home, I didn't give him any supply. I didn't sit there and talk to him and listen to his mess or whatever. He was on his own. So many times he just laid in his bed, because after a while he couldn't move. He just laid in his bed, and he was not able to get that supply. He couldn't call anybody up on the phone. He couldn't bring anybody to talk to him or anything like that. He didn't get that. He just laid there, and the demon left. And the same thing will happen to your mom. I've seen it a number of times. Know what you're dealing with when you're dealing with people who are pathological liars and manipulators. 9 times out of 10, they are narcissists. They are narcissists, and you're dealing with a demon. People, I hope that you understand this. This is real important. You cannot change these people at all. The best thing you can do is put some distance between you and them. You might not want to cut your mom off completely, because she's getting old. And, she did bear you after all. So you don't want to just cut her off completely. But this is going to happen, and you can watch it. As she gets older and she's not able to get that supply, and right now she's only getting it from people she's able to call up every day. There's going to come a time where she can't even call on the phone. She won't even be able to make those calls, and then the supply will not be there. And that's when the demon will leave her body and leave her as a shell. Okay? Now, we did have another letter here I want to touch on. And this letter is entitled self-hatred. She says, I am 61 years old. I suffer from self-hatred. I have since I was a child. I am seeing a therapist, however, it seems that I will never have contentment with myself. Can you help me in any way? I sure can. You see, first, I don't want to downplay the therapist. They do what they have been trained to do. All right? But because I am a spiritualist, I'm going to tell you from a spiritual standpoint that you can be completely healed. Completely healed by whatever your situation is. If you have self-hatred, you got this from being a child. You were taught to hate yourself from a child, not to love yourself. You see? But no matter what age you are right now, you can start loving yourself. And how do you do that? We've already started with these affirmations every day. Affirmations change the way that you think about yourself. And that brings you out of self-hate. The way that you think about yourself. It changes it. These affirmations. I am beautiful. I am loving. I am confident. Things like that. Change the way, if you say them every day, it will change the way you think. And that helps to change your reality. And it will change that self-hate. Now, you need healing. You need healing because you probably have suffered trauma in your childhood too. And it contributed to this self-hate. Go into your meditation. And meditations is not a scary thing. All you need to do is to sit quietly with yourself and clear your mind. Clear your mind. And do it just start with just 15 minutes a day. Just sit in a quiet place. And if you can go outside, it's even better when you do it. But find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed for 15 minutes. And just sit quietly. Now, if you have some little soft music, if you like music like me, you can put on some soft music and just sit with yourself. Now, when you start with these meditations, your ego is going to start talking to you and talking about all the things you need to do. You don't have time to be sitting here because there are so many other things you need to shut down that talk. And when the ego will bring up all of your problems, you need to shut it down. You don't want to listen to that. Quiet your mind. Quiet down. When your intuition starts to speak to you, and you may have to do your meditations a while for you to get to this point. But when your intuition starts to speak to you, it's going to be a quiet voice. It's not going to be loud. That loud voice is your ego chattering away, telling you this and telling you that. Your intuition is quiet. Way back. Quiet. When you start your meditations, it's going to bring up some of those wounds of that self-hate. It's going to bring that seed to the forefront. To the forefront. When I first started my meditations, I cried a lot in meditation. It just brought up those childhood wounds that I had. And see, that's your healing. You got to bring it up and out. Bring it up and out. And this is what meditation does. It strengthens your connection with the Creator of all. It strengthens your connection in meditation. That's why meditation is so important part of your healing. To take away all of those childhood wounds that you have suffered. And you will find that self-hate will go away. You will start loving yourself and doing things that make you happy. But it takes work, people. It takes work, and this is work. Doing your affirmations every day. Doing your meditations every day. That's the work you must do to work on yourself, to be a better person. To love yourself. Once you do that, you will feel differently. You will be a different person. And it will show. And your life will begin to change because you'll be putting out a different vibration into the world. I hope that you understand it. You don't have to live with self-hate. No. Get on your spiritual path right now. Now, in the description, there are a couple of things there. In the description, there are a few things. You'll see a link, how to start your spiritual awakening. Watch that video if you haven't already. And then below it, you will see a sister site, All Things Spiritual 777. And on that site, there are a number of guided meditations, affirmations, and frequencies that help to raise your vibration. And you can listen to these frequencies during your meditations if you like. But it really is just to get you started on this path. And also you'll find in the description books that you should add to your library. And these are books that I have recommended on my channel in other videos. And so I decided just to link them in the description so that those of you who maybe have not found those books, just click on that link and you'll be able to add those books to your library. And all of these readings are books that I was inspired to get when I started on my spiritual path. And it really helped me to understand what this life is all about. If you want your life to change, you need to understand that you have to change. You have to be the one that changes. And this is the way that you change. By loving yourself. See, the universe is a loving universe. It's about love. It's not about fear. There's no judgment where somebody is going to condemn you or anything like that. And this is the only way that you can guard yourself, be able to spot these narcissistic people right away before they have a chance to make you their victim. They're always looking for victims for supply. People, I hope that the message today helped someone. And I really hope that you understand it. Now, those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, here's the link. Send your questions to Miss Faye's World, YT@hotmail.com. That's Miss Faye's World, YT@hotmail.com. And try to keep your letters to one page. Just summarize your situation and ask the question. And if you prefer that I answer your question privately through the email, just put it at the very top of your letter and I will comply. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. I thank you for your comments and your letters, and a special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best, and I really hope to see you next time.